So jumping right into the video, this is what my leave out looks like. I left out just a little bit of hair in the front since this will be a flip over. I didn't want to leave out too much, just enough to cover the tracks. I'm just twisting it up right now so it'll get out of my way. For the back, I just have my braids going in straight backs. Honestly, if you can't braid, do a ponytail. Just anything to make your hair as flat as possible underneath your wig cap. So I'm just going to go ahead and braid that last braid. And this is what my whole entire leave out is looking like. Just a little bit of hair in the front, and like I said, my hair going into braids, going straight back. Now I'm just taking a couple of bobby pins and pinning up the ends of my hair. I don't know how to use a little crochet needle, so I'm just using this quick little trick right here. It works the same. Now I'm just taking a black wig cap and I'm putting it over my hair. I'm stopping right behind where my leave out is going to be. Sometimes I pull the wig cap all the way forward. It really doesn't matter, but I like to do it like this just to switch it up. Then I'm taking my protective shield and I'm going to saturate the wig cap with that. This is what's going to protect your hair from the glue, and it's going to create the hard base for your hair. I'm making sure to like focus on the perimeter of my hair first. This is going to stop the hair and everything from sliding, so you definitely want to make sure you get this saturated. And then I'm going to maneuver around to the back of my head. But just take your time with this and make sure you get every square inch of the cap really saturated with this. Now I'm going in with my blow dryer, and of course I'm going to dry the protective shield. Now I'm not going to make it dry like 100%. I just want to get it a little bit dry because next I'm going to go in with my Got to Be Free spray. I like to either use the Got to Be Free spray or the Eben spray, either one, to go in and add it as like a second layer of protectiveness on the cap. I feel like this really makes the cap hard and really stops any glue from seeping through the cap and getting onto my natural hair. Again, I focus the product around the perimeter, and then I move forward, but I make sure, or inward, and I make sure to saturate that cap with that spray. This time I make sure to blow dry the cap all the way dry. I don't want any part left tacky or damp. And then this is what the full mold looks like. For this install, I'm using hair from UNice. I have 4 bundles of their waterwave bundles. I have 2 24 inches and 2 22 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm starting with the 2 24 inches first. And this is how much hair that comes in a single bundle. They give you about like 2 arms length worth of hair in a bundle, which is a lot of hair, and it's the perfect amount to do a full head. I think I wound up using 3 bundles total. So to start the process, the first thing I'm going to do is take the longest bundle, the 24-inch bundle, and I'm going to measure it from side to side at the bottom of my cap. I'm going to cut it. I'm using the 30-second Super Hair Bond glue. That's my favorite glue because I feel like it's the strongest. I'm going to go ahead and lay it on the track like this, and then I'm going to blow on it because it says 30 seconds, so you're really supposed to let it dry for like 30 seconds. So I do that, and then I go ahead and apply it to the back. I have a technique for applying the hair at the back. I like to make sure to lay the track flat on my hands like I'm showing you here. That way I can just flip it over without, you know, it being messy and getting glue on my hands or anything. Then I use my fingers to feel where the back of the track starts, and I lay the track on it. I'm making sure it's lined up with the edges, and then once I feel like it's in the right space, I'm going to take my fingers and press it down into the cap. Pressing it down is what really sticks, you know, the track to the cap, but don't do that until, you know, you've confirmed it's in the right spot. So of course I'm going to show you the process all over again. I'm just taking the track, and since this is the second track, I'm using my fingers to feel where the first track was, and then I'm just going to measure the length from side to side of the second track. Even though like there's a bulge in the back of my head from where my braids are, I'm going right across that bulge, so don't let that make you nervous if you have one in the back. Go ahead and apply your glue as normal. You don't have to let it dry 30 seconds every single time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then again, I'm using my fingers to feel where that last track was and where I want to lay my next track. And then once it's in the right spot, I use my fingers to press it into the cap like this, and that's literally it. And I just repeat this process until I get to the top. So this is how much, I'm almost done with the first bundle. I think I have like a little bit of hair left. This is all that's left of the first bundle. I got almost near half of my head. If I wanted a super full look, or if I wanted to fit all 4 bundles in there, all you would do is put the tracks super close together. But I typically put my tracks about half a fingertips length apart, if that makes sense. So not like a full finger length, but like half of one. If you had less hair, you would use like a full finger, you know, you space them apart a little bit more. But I'm using that same technique, and then this is where a full bundle got me. This is the second 24-inch bundle. I'm showing you how much hair is on this, the same as before. I just folded it in half, and then I'm just going to continue that same process. Now, once I reach the middle of my head, it gets a little bit easier because I just look from the front versus having to turn around so I can, you know, see in the mirror what I'm doing. But essentially, you know, I measure it, I place the glue on it, and I look at one side and make sure the track is lining up with my wig cap, and, you know, it's one step above the last track. And then I'll use my fingers to work it around to the other side to put it in place, just like that. Now moving on to the third bundle. This is the 22-inch bundle, but first, this is where the 24-inch bundles got me. I did place them really close together, so it left me just that gap at the top. And then I'm just going to start doing the same thing. Now, once I get to the top of my head, I'm going to start curving my tracks in like this U shape, because this is what's going to allow me to slowly close that gap at the top of my head. Again, because this is a flip over, I want to have as less amount, or the smallest amount of tracks visible at the top. So you want to start curving it in this U shape over and over and over until you get your closure at the top about maybe like an inch apart. And once it's about 1 or 2 inches apart like this right here, I'm going to go ahead and start laying the tracks horizontally, just one on top of each other, taking my time until I close that gap and I reach the edge of the cap. This is what it's looking like once I have all the tracks installed. It is super full and super curly. I really love this water wave texture. It looks really, really pretty. Now to blend my hair with this hair, I took like this really small curling wand and I wanded my hair around here, but you absolutely do not have to use heat. You can spray your natural hair with water if you want that type of look, or you can flat iron it and just keep it straight and just style your edges, or you can use curling rods. There's so many different methods. I just did it this way for the sake of the video because it's a little bit faster. But just know you really don't have to flat iron your hair in the front at all if you leave out a small enough leave out. If you have a bunch of leave out, that's when you're going to have to treat your natural hair more to make it blend more. So the less you leave out, the better. Just make sure you find that little sweet spot just to have enough out to cover those tracks. For my edges, I'm just using my handy dandy edge booster edge control and just swooping them to my liking. If you don't like baby hairs or edges, feel free to just leave your hair without them, or you can slick them back. I know a lot of people don't like slick back, but I mean, you don't have to slick it back across the top of your forehead. You can just slick back the edges a little bit just so it looks cleaner in the front, or if you want more of the natural curlier look, you can leave it as is. It's really up to your preference on how you want to style it, because now this is where you're doing your own natural hair. Now I'm just taking my hands and I'm pulling apart the curls just to make it fluffier and thicker. I didn't want to use any like water or mousse on it because I really love the natural curl pattern. I just wanted to fill it out some, and then I'm just going to take some of my shine spray here to put it on it, just so it doesn't look dry or anything, so I can get those like juicy curls look. Y'all, and this is the final look of the flip over quick weave. I really like how versatile it is. You can flip it to either side, to the left or to the right. It has out minimal leave out, so I think this is a really good protective style, especially if you do it, you know, properly and make sure to take care of your hair underneath. Now the bundles themselves are tea, honey. This water wave did not come to play. This hair is so thick and full, and I love the curl pattern. I love that it's not like a fully curly hair. I like that it is more of a wave, so I get that like more of natural wavy curly type of look. I think it looks so cute, especially in a flip over style like this. So definitely check it out. All the hair is linked below. Like I said, it's from UNice. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Adios till next time.